presentation today is on the PayChex Inc. Investor Day PR case. So to start things off, I wanted to explain exactly what investor relations is if you didn't read the section of the book. So basically, the book describes investor relations as a strategic management responsibility that integrates financial, communication, marketing, and securities law compliance to enable the most effective two-way communication between a company and the financial community. So investors in a company are people who have faith in the company and use financial backing, and they have to be comfortable and confident in order to actually invest in your company. So investor relations is the importance of making sure that people want to invest in your company and that they feel comfortable in doing so. So investors can include just individual investors and companies as investors as well, but it can also include and usually includes employees that have stakes in the company or stocks in the company as well. Those are also counted as investors. So for a little bit of background, PayChex Inc. is a provider of payroll and human resources services outsourcing to small and medium-sized businesses who need it. They were founded in 1971 in Rochester, New York, where their headquarters still currently are. And it was founded by Tom Golisano, who was a 30-year-old Alfred State College alumni, and he founded it with just $3,000. So in 1983, PayChex Inc. went public on the NASDAQ exchange, and since the company was still working very well and growing exponentially at that time, this was great news for their stocks. People bought them quickly and their stocks grew really fast. So they were very, very successful stock at first. And for the most part of their history, PayChex had a very passive investor relations. The investor relations were controlled by the CEO and the CFO. They didn't have a specific team for it, and it was not part of the public relations team. So in 2011, PayChex had just brought on their new CFO, Efrain Rivera, and their new CEO, Maren Mucci, had only been part of that position for about a year. So the economy was not great in the US at the time, and PayChex new business formations had slowed, and they were no longer really featuring that quick growth that they were known for, and therefore their stocks were really suffering. So Mucci and Rivera realized that they needed to step up the PayChex investor relations in order to keep securing investments for their company and to keep the company moving up, which resulted in the idea for PayChex to have their first ever Investors Day. So some statistics on this. The key stakeholders in this case were PayChex employees, investors, and clients that use the PayChex services. And their PR objective for this case was just to introduce new PayChex team members to their investors, create a new investment story, and showcase technology and product innovations that were new to the company in order to get investors confident and comfortable in investing in the company again. So their PR plan focused solely on the Investors Day event and creating a company culture around PayChex Inc. And their newest technological advancements and team members were also very important to the PR plan as well, because it was the reason that it was going to work and that investors were going to want to invest in the company. The first thing that PayChex did was they did like a pre-investor day audit by calling anonymous investors to ask about their interest in attending the event. So they were just making sure that investors were interested in attending the event, or if they were interested in digitally attending the event as well, electronically, doing like a video chat, a live stream of the event. And when they found that people were very interested in coming, they chose the theme Charting the Future and planned for a July event. Due to the small amount of flights into the local airport, that part of New York is in the Northwest, so they have to fly into a very small airport. They decided to kind of make it like a little weekend getaway, so they had the investors fly in, they had dinner the night before with the other investors and the team from PayChex Incorporated, and then they also had a breakfast in the morning and a lunch after the event, which was a really great idea because it's more of a casual way for the investors to get to know each other and the team without having the pressure of the event. It's just a more like fun, just really casual, personal way. So presenters at the event included the CEO and the CFO, as well as their Senior VP of Information Technology, the Senior VP of Sales, and the VP of Marketing. So more than 50 investors attended the event, and 200 others participated in the video conference, which is amazing. And during the event, their stocks rose to a new high. It was as high as it had been in 52 weeks, which is a year. So, during the event, it's actually making their stocks raise. The PR is raising their stock. So PayChex did a really awesome job at creating an authentic and organic experience for their investors. It wasn't something that seemed pushed. It was just a nice day that they could go to. They didn't have to invest if they didn't want to, but it showed them why they should invest and why they should feel comfortable in investing. From a relationship standpoint, it helps present the message that the PayChex team really cares about their investors enough to dedicate a day just for them and to accommodate them with meals and dinners to ensure that they're taken care of over the weekend. They also use their new and innovative technology they were unveiling to their advantage. This alone caused a huge interest and a positive takeaway from the event, as many investors were excited about the new technology. PayChex also used part of the race model to first conduct research about the interest level for the event of Investors Day, and then they used the evaluation step to conduct a post-evaluation exit poll. This showed them how the investors felt, if the Investors Day was a success or not. Did the people that came that were excited about coming leave just as excited to invest? Or did they leave and they felt deflated, they felt it wasn't worth it? In this case, since the stocks were rising while they were all just there and the Investors Day did a really great job, it was really good and the exit poll showed that everything was great. But that was a great move for the PR team to do because then they fully understood whether it was actually worth it. So what would I do? Personally, this event was a huge success. It brought up their stocks, it impressed the investors, and it reassured them that PayChex Inc. was a great investment. I think the PR team did an amazing job, and there's really not anything that I would change. They created a catchy theme, they took care of their investors beyond the day's event, which is what I would have suggested if they hadn't, was to, maybe put them up in a nice hotel and have a dinner before just to get that personal relationship going. That's really important in PR, to have a personal relationship with the people that you deal with. And they also conducted really great research and evaluations. I know that we're not supposed to say we wouldn't change anything, but this is a classic case of a really, really good PR case, and I really can't think of anything else that they could have done to really make it better. They're still a very successful company with their revenue for 2020 projected to be $4.1 billion. And the original founder and CEO, Tom Golisano, is currently worth $3.1 billion, and he is the 264th wealthiest person in America. Thank you for watching. Bye.